Video e be ya de na ache.
Hey, it's no one there na free. No one there pa de free. Ama sai wodu anya me kwa. Nipa wo yi ni tiri hu wie wa tamia so obi nya me baabi. Fancy, I think say enyoma mienu na edi ehini e wo Europe. Ye di kan the Ballon d'Or. The etosu mienu Manchester United ne Eric ten Hag won sense. Na the Bruhaha ne kasa bebrebe ni nyina no ehya ase defeat the Ballon d'Or no. Na ni nyina confirm ra ni nyina ne yese dodo na wogidie say e wo say nka Vinicius Junior ana eji the Ballon d'Or na nka Rodri atoso second. Na emi say the fact and figures of this said matter any the etare ho ne the voting na course no hardly can you dispute whatever that could come out in one way or the other because a voting I say ya to Ghana bawie na ya declare say asumesi an obenti na wini ubegina nchen aka say ene awiem ana we aye say enso ye dan nipa kro na ya to aba na ye isi de ba bonten say wanya the total vote no on ye be the president say obi toma no so obi anto ama no you know me sure say ya ete anum nyina no you are not going to be privy to the number of associations in voters and journalists na ye ni nyina and you can't hold someone accountable for the opinion or the views concerned with a specific person and maybe person be to about the day at the man yemi and say yete hanum say no Mike betime decide say to about the best Ghana Premier League player Mike betime ka say oh ebi am to about the Hamza okay to usu betime decide say okay titi dem one atam say oh there be me best player or Ghana has say ebi Emmanuel Entry that go edema be be go stars ana me ye dey iti when it comes to voting obiane na adwen obiane the perception and obiane the way we sit dey call iti we a Madrid fan you can be very peeved. You can say a whole lot of things like Rob, you can say a whole lot of things. You can pass here and there and do all of those things. But who will be blamuna? And your journalists for no moto abano. And it is their perception and how they voted. This issue was raised about 2 or 3 years ago when Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or. Because there were players I did 2 years a season career no more had chain Lionel Messi. But when they're popular, when they be my favorite, whenever things are limited to voting, a lot of things play a role inside. One, it could be say the Pakroni bias.
Yeah.
Number 2, it could be say the Pakroni realistic about the said matter. And also be one more a bro okramen pewasem intimate to abanfa. There are so many reasons why people vote. I think say it boils down to how some of these people, our journalists, voted for these players. Any baby a cover buyer, they be people so they are doing. But out of no man na nya fe na me be debate with statistics say Rodri say no deserving say. The fact of the matter is it is a voting process. And voting is determined by a lot of things. And it is influenced by a lot of things by individual obi beto. By the impact of the awards. And American wasem. And in your mekofa diaba. I think say among the Gulf nations na say omo university of football mu no UAE ebetena se asre. Na me say katabu befu pa. Na katabu fo beba ni nyina na ye say omo ba football mu ni ska omo de be share football mu ni appearance omo de ba ye no. One, omo clubs omo be so mu no. Omo ntimi nje the Champions League. Omo ntimi nje ade e fe ne treble. Me no ka say ne kura no league no omo agene dodo na. Na ne kura na mafo hu ni say league ni nya league bi abura adwe ne ntiase so ase wo de to so a ehu.
Yes.
Yankofa coach bi ewiase mu nyina wo top coach. Yentimi Rocky Soldiers with the top clubs e wo Europe. Bibi to say Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Most of these clubs are consistent in the Champions League for the last 5 seasons. Yentimi ye no mo Rocky Soldiers by PSG yentimi nye bi. Asa kwa ba ma sisi o mo sanya Ballon d'Or winner wo mu team mu. How kese because Qatar invested so much money. I will say this again. Qatar Manchester United no money no assure mo papa. Because PSG does not give you the mileage you want. PSG does not give you the competitive edge you want.
Command you no son a
brand. And you no son and a brand. And over to me the aya of politics within football. So person tia obi ya na mafia bi tia na naso tia no ye ne bibia Manchester United ubetimi na is adwuma no but untimi fa PSG play mafia to an extreme and UAE has gotten their way through this particular process and they have gotten there first it's kata for ni de be ye boy ni na say UAE for ni na be san omo in this aspect positive for UAE the only way maybe UAE ani betimi abu ase say, and I ever tented the image of whatever they have achieved now. Say 115 charges in the Ballon team. Near Cassie City default. Say City default 115 charges no dia. It means they could even make it say. And a Ballon d'Or no cry the Rodri no cry my day. See a City and you're careful. UAE and you're careful. The implications of the 115 charges it might start getting external with Real Madrid and some of these clubs getting involved. Football politics. And you're good for the Premier League. Since 2008, you're not Premier League player be awarded the Ballon d'Or. Medical catcher say, if you are some top players in Nesiswa, said you'll be any swadi hunu. Say Obaba Real Madrid or Obaba Barcelona no. Obe PMO England. It's Obi any swadi hunu. Mebo Liverpool, Mebo Chelsea, Mebo Manchester United, Mebo Manchester City. And your message, sir. And your media hini. It is a utri you will see and notice, say, fancy, and you're good for the Premier League, but the whole image of the Ballon d'Or, how it has come to the Premier League, has raised a lot of questions. And even teams no more Premier League, when they say, when dear, Coutinho system be a day, after the Abe Ama Rodri, Akwakoji the Ballon d'Or. But does Rodri deserve the Ballon d'Or? Yes. But club now free. Nation involved. The football politics involved in this issue. Confusing in a hindsight. Let's just hope that nothing around the 115 charges be about Manchester City. A bobo na pons deduction. Bibi be free muba. Fancy. I can promise you. Ballon d'Or hard work na Rodri it will be tainted by that thing.
Samo.
Yes. The bear me ya. Say boa Rodri abono. Na di we. Eko found the aba. They say it will move from Manchester United an English fight. See and Real Madrid do more abegim. But I will say it again. Whatever Real Madrid did, any the almost city aban, they've not shown respect to other teams. Real Madrid enter into a certain level of arrogance. It might be their downfall.
How?
They are the biggest club in the world, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
They have high influences. But their decisions nowadays happen to omo say obi antimi nkan asem ye de ye ho ye nya decide say be say be ye what asa wo be ma ye bibi ma ye bibi ye ti sei kukutako a room or transfer market moye bi moya mo de aba Ballon d'Or. Don't forget that these players are life after football. No, we a player now you're involved in some of these things are. The whole bigger picture of the whole situation needs to be understood very well. Oba be a coach that chibi as a footballer. There are some footballers who became coaches. Come we are kasuba bi wo ho command and the time no mu players. Lampard Oba Chelsea anko ye hu say some players be step up DT and ba kumienu ni miensa. Or realizing said there was a time John tell you one be can say ye kra ne o club ni say ni.
Omotimi bomb me pamo coaches.
It's over a coach no now. Why is it that some of you can even refer
some passports?
Some passports mo na mo gina park so na mbo be coaches no djuma be na motimu ye. One day abrabo enyina faako. The reason why the world is circle, near say a kwa na sawa bisi. Me de bia me kasa asem we say it might not be now. But one day, these players overreacting over this without showing respect will come back. You can decide say Ballon d'Or no unko bibiem. You can decide say bianco. So look at how you react to maybe a wanko, but the reaction to nipa na wajeno. Oh, ebia congratulations. Next time, ubetima congratulations. Obi anku, obi anche wonwe, obi anya ohwe. But that Vinicius tweet in the Crampo was to say we'll do it 10 times better. You can do it 10 times better. What if next year you don't win? Show respect. Ballon d'Or na umu. Show respect to Rodri. Money Rodri was a man. the Ballon d'Or no Real Madrid most mu the mon kobium understood mo amu position obi antimi for some, but the lack of respect towards Rodri is water fancy me amete yi maninyo Rodri no na dey award ne man ho Rodri akopa cho some for award ne hye mesem Rodri amfa tu ankosu obi tiri ko ho some for award ne man whatever Rodri did ye the man. You can have a problem with the organizer. You can have a problem with the main event. But I think the player who is involved should be shown much respect. Ten Hag go on the man in your biawa. Omuyi Ten Hag di last month and yet this month.
Oh yeah. Obi kra so.
Ahaya na beka asem.
Na o ka say Ifanabachi game no na ka ho.
Ahaya na beka asem.
Na Porto ne Brentford.
Meka obi a. Ahaya na o kan.
No more.
And Sunday be first international break na be story no wa. Ten Hag na yi na di. Which is true. And they were only looking for a replacement before. By about the next time, I'm confirmed that we will discuss what Ruben Amorim is coming to face board. And nobody with on board.
Well, Mate, what my messages no am about my Mike and Brennan answer Mike.
Fancy, may I say, well, I am not so surprised with the reaction from Real Madrid. I'm not surprised. And I am telling you why I'm not surprised. One, the Clasico defeat played a part in the reaction of Rio Mohobai.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah. The Clasico defeat, of course, what Benabao, no. It really got to them. And I missed a buffon anyway, you know. The best tactic and then the best way to have quelled Casa ne Koso about my team, no, was having a Madrid player win the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
Inti player next year, a Becata Clasico no so. Inti dear Bebani energy. And then it was expected Sanya Shekrano, 2 Madrid players will be in the top 3. And then pair what happened yesterday, we reversed the roles of another positions of Rodri and Evinia. Then you have 3 Madrid players in the top 5. So it would have been the best news to make the whole scene Spain, Barca, for the day a month for discussing Madrid, especially for how the team is not balanced and how they lost to their bitterest rival at home.
Yes, I could say Clasico just a game.
Exactly. So they would have used that normally a kataso. Now omodi are a match hype for the project they are running. Inti omu se man isano. Vinny knew he would not win by Sunday.
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior know himself winning awards by Sunday. Even before seeing any other tennis, Monday now. So he had almost 2 coins from the family, friends from Brazil by Nino. They had to cancel their plans. On one team,
sports.
More a Jay-Z, a company, Rock Nation. Yeah. Drew Spain. They didn't know what to do then. So he knew. Onokrati Madrid. Vinny Camp no munim so on winning even before Madrid. It got to them. So the whole thing was Asenioma. And you expect such a reaction. Maybe for Madrid as a club and the stance they took. Maybe they went extreme. But at times, you need extreme measures to cover up for maybe our few. So let's change the narrative. So now, who is talking about a Clasico defeat now?
Is he a Ballon d'Or?
Who is talking about Madrid team no? Mbappe have a good team and a team in balance. So they needed this. If the Vini winning headline, Junior being robbed, will also feature. A part of the whole thing. And this is a game. I love Kamavinga's message. Politics. Football is politics. In politics, if you don't win, at times you play dirty. You come with a strategy with a senior.
Okay, so Kamavinga tweeting.
Football politics. My brother, you are the best player in the world, and no award can say otherwise. Love you, my bro. And it is not the first time Madrid ABB saying it to steal the attention and the headlines. When Mbappe, before Johnny Omona, the 2 transfer windows that summer, Mbappe yes or PS you were renewing the contract now. Check Madrid players now amass tweeting messages. This is the best club. This is the so it's not the first time or more strategy.
I know be joining you so
exactly. It a club no ni su and then you may be almost here, and you need to play this, especially if you are involved in football. Football, you won't play Debbie, at times ball opponent ni wicked kakra. And that is what Madrid are doing, and I applaud them for that. But as to say the more cano, I had the fact of the matter, and then even the truth. I think I was here the tunes and yen tune streni abasa nien shemu. Clearly, is it that Vinny deserved it, and Yako shim the free in same Ediama Rodri, Rodo rather. It is not the case. Especially to better appreciate how this operates, you need to understand what this whole award scheme is about. Ballon d'Or, it has never been a fair award. By our time, sir, players now they make it obvious that they deserve it. Omomania obvious and that explains the Messi Ronaldo duopoly. Omobabe take the whole awards no. Ultimately, so mutumi bad this year because year way the head way befa. But even with them, there were times there were contentions around it. So I am telling you, and I started with Messi Ronaldo. Go and check 2003, 2004. You can even trace back. It has never been a fair award. Even to the time where near the Europe from consider outside European consider. Even in Europe, where European players spend your consider European player, non-European I consider. That is how come players like Abedi Pele Munina, they couldn't even get a chance to win. So let's understand award a highly subjective. The Omayani baby aba bedru sisi in say they look out for FIFA World Ranking top 100 nations. Near journalists are almost top 100 nations, the top ones. And 100 journalists will have to decide by voting. Now, in the aspect of voting, mostly you have to play your cards well. Play your cards well, no fancy baku a candidate. Mienu a strategy. Ana miensa a influencing. Every voting process is influenced. Obi obeka say voting process be a tone fair no boa. Enti na campaign. We campaign to influence. And na be a campaign no man broso. Ti Ghana how about obi ko kabanku? Obo so obi ko senior ebi to wache. Exactly, a campaign strategy.
Oh, okay.
So some will play dirty behind the scenes as a campaign strategy just to get the vote at all pay. So the candidates, let's check here. Man City, they had two players in the top 5. Erling Haaland, Rodri. The case for Haaland, and they say, a club football. Rodri, national side, club football. So they see him as the candidate they can push. Good. Madrid, yawo Vini, yawo Ballon, yawo Carvajal. Even to some extent, Nadine Tony Cruz in Nemu.
Yes.
Good. Madrid did not really center on one candidate and believe that truly, when they see a dineko, they kept dilly-dallying. And obete a Jude. Na sisa, na beye Vini. A fake crab say Vini, we say the Muma Carvajal anje. So that a year inconsistency and the non-definite stance of Madrid affected them, especially in how they are able to campaign and influence vote in their favor. And it's a meme Hurricane Amekotua. I would choose Jude Bellingham as number 1. Offering England, Obo Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham ko number 1 no onya 15 votes. If I choose Vinny Jr. as number 4, one man a gap. And we know a point into the number of first place votes are Obenyano. Wow. So if City are back and they are able to influence and sell around, na Madrid no ayamiensa, and you will have to choose between one of the 3. It becomes a problem in deciding.
Mamimbramu kakrana ise said Vini, Jude, and a Carvajal. And Carvajal now say Sibia Vini vote.
Carvajal will affect Vini's vote. Jude Bellingham will affect Vini's vote. And to move quite yomo.
That's a much vote to be
sanity. And let me tell you,
there is anka ebi at the end review. A quiet Vini Nkwana fans were podium modia.
He will get more votes than the Onyai. Kobenya more votes than he did. So it's a highly subjective award. And fancy, There is another thing. The candidate, at times they appeal. I am here. Me, if you choose Bellingham, any Vinny, do I am more appealing? I will choose Bellingham over Vinny.
Oh,
They are a likable character. I will choose Bellingham over Vinny. What about the Corinthians? Vinny character, it provokes, it incites. And don't forget, a nipa na ekoto abano. A nipa na ekoto. And a abatwa yetwa. Mostly among betono, they are Europeans. They see, they read. Now, you a player. Now, a lot of report about you, mostly a stirred in controversy. Oh, yeah. Vinny is not a likable character. So, if you are looking at the candidate and how appealing he is, you will choose a more appealing candidate than Vinicius Jr. He should work on his character. And yes, but maybe he can control himself better on the field of play. Rodri, there are times emotions get to people. And the coolest of characters can overreact. But all the other be consistent. Then it becomes an issue with people. And these are people who will be influenced to vote in your favor. And then the third one, the paradigm is changing. Then times now they say, oh, me bo Madrid a club kesiye, me bo Barca a club kesiye. No, now the powers of the game have changed hands. Ain't in Qatar, it's me hold the World Cup. Ain't in Saudi Arabia, enche obe hold the World Cup. Ain't in UAE, Abu Dhabi's and the others, they have massive investment in world football today, and they have their people sitting at the power podiums.
Sikana.
Omu taking decisions. Nasser Khalifi, oti UEFA so.
Yeah.
Oti EFA, European Clubs Union, ECA. Why am I saying these things? I am telling you that football is a power-controlled game. There are two missions in Sano. On the taking football decisions, man, you're born in 90 minutes, keke park and so. But the over in 90 minutes, no. A bimuno matna for 1 week, and no more matna 1 week. They are the people with money and power. I'm telling you. So the Madrid Beko influence first, based on Madrid status, Madrid pedigree. Now there are other clubs who have money and they have powerful owners who influence things in their favor. Rodri, vote, it was highly influenced. Oh, highly influenced.
Because you know, I mean, who say Van Ababesi Rodri or Parinams, I will be a one AC or dear. Yeah, my own until rough sound.
Okay, Akomia did a good job at the Abu Dhabi group, the City Football Group, and what they are doing. What haven't they won in England? They have gone better than Manchester United in terms of Premier League. They have replicated Manchester United's treble. Manchester United boasted said the last time a player from the Premier League ever the Ballon d'Or, no, but at the moment, the red side, they have replicated it. They need to also show, say, Man City, they have made a turnaround into BBS and football powers. They will influence things in your favor. In a similar manner, Madrid played their cards well. Influence things in the favor of Luka Modric. But you say, Osro Boadi or Boade. But your Casabiso Eka see a wood to a CSUA. Tentine Yandia won't challenge home.
Okay.
So in this case, Rodri needs to CSO. But Wasaswa Boadi who ye. So Oton na a tongue. Madrid need no products be bria or tongue. Yes, sir. Focus name Babakoso.
Okay. Well, Messan Bamoso real quick. And Chabat. Isaac Yabois say.